Welcome back to the Boiler Room. This week we have a very special guest. We have a club that you probably in your dorms or at home are very near and dear to. It's the Residence Hall Association. Yeah. So why don't you guys introduce yourself? Tell us about yourself, what year, what your major is, things like that. Go ahead.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Anna Schnepke, and I am this year's president of RHA, or the Residence Hall Association. And I am a senior, and I'm also studying finance and marketing.
My name is Adam Lazar. I'm the vice president of the Residence Hall Association. I'm a junior, and I'm studying cybersecurity.
Hi, my name's Anna. I'm a food science major in my third year, and I'm the president of Windsor Hall Club.
All right, so you just mentioned that you are the president of Windsor Hall Club. So since I used to live in on-campus housing, and so does that mean all the different hall clubs are a part of the Residence Hall Association?
Yes. So there's 17 different residential communities on campus, and each one has a president. So we have Anna here, and she's one of them. And then they kind of all, in a way, report to and collaborate with the Residence Hall Association, which I am the president of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which you said earlier.
You're the big boss of the big boss.
I don't know.
All of them. Yeah. But 17 residence halls on campus. And as of what the website said, there are over 16,000 students that are a part of this residential hall. How do you guys deal with all of these different types of people who live within your guys' halls?
Yeah. So RHA runs weekly Senate meetings. That's the job of our vice president, Adam, is he runs our Senate meetings where we have 2 representatives from each hall attend our Senate meetings where we can talk about, different bills we want to pass or different co-sponsorships and kind of have everyone collaborate together to work on events. So, Adam was previously our marketing director. If you want to talk about how that was with Senate.
Yeah, I enjoyed being the marketing director. A lot of time during our Senate meetings, we leave it to committee time. So we'll have the events committee working on creating a new event for campus. The advocacy committee would be working on advocating for the students that we represent. And the marketing would be marketing events and advocacy related things and general RHA related events. And then you get a group of people that have an interest in marketing that may have some creative skills, and it's a really good time.
Yeah, it's super cool. I was an RHA senator last year, so it was really interesting because you had someone from each hall representing everyone else in the hall, and we got to vote on different initiatives and how RHA would participate in them.
Okay. So once again, coming back around to that 16,000 number, which is quite a lot of students, and a lot of them, this is their first time living in a dorm on campus. How do you go about fostering a community with people who have moved into a completely new environment far away from where they grew up?
I think this is more so where the individual hall clubs come into play because, so Anna here is the president of Windsor, and the wants of the Windsor residents are going to be very different from perhaps a different hall like TARC, where that's primarily freshmen men, whereas Windsor is upperclassmen women. So that's where each hall club can kind of take the time to foster the type of community that they think is going to be the most beneficial for them to see. So, Anna can talk about some of the events she's done in Windsor.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. So you kind of, there's a board of people within each hall club. So you try and get a pretty wide array of people representing the hall club, with the hall club, sorry. And with that, you talk to a lot of people, kind of get a pulse for what type of events people want to see. So one really big event that Windsor tries to hold is the snowball, because a lot of people love getting dressed up and having a great time with their friends in Windsor. So we try and put that on every year. But then we also hold events like Halloween parties or self-care nights. And so it brings together interests with like crafts or trying to make time for yourself. Because we found that's what our residents really like. But I'm sure other hall clubs kind of get a pulse on what their residents prioritize as well.
Yeah. I think a good example of it too, like kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, is TARC has a tradition of doing an event, a week-long worth of events called Rush TARC, where they get all of their RAs involved. And that's like a really good way that they get great community engagement. Is they love competition over there. So they kind of make it a competition between all the floors, and they do a bunch of different events like tug of war, like a ping pong tournament, to engage a lot of people. And then they give out like prizes throughout the weeks. To get a lot of their freshman boys involved in some friendly competition.
Yeah,
so
that does actually sound really fun, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different tiers, I guess, of like the leadership within the dorms and the halls, I guess, because you have the big part, which is the Residence Hall Association, which is run by, I guess, a lot of different people.
Yeah.
And then there's the hall clubs, and then there's the floors, and then there's the pods. How does bringing all of these different like groups of people together, well, I guess how do you go about doing that, or deciding what kinds of activities each part should do, or things like that?
So when we think about the distinction between the Residence Hall Association and hall clubs, kind of a general, not rule, but just typically what we tend to see is the hall clubs will do things more for things in their community. So my freshman year, I was the president of McCutcheon Hall. So McCutcheon Hall really liked very specific things. We did an event every Sunday called Spicy Sunday. Everybody would get to try a bunch of the different Hot Ones sauces from the Hot Ones podcast. Big hit. And the other thing would be like sporting events. So big watch parties with like drinks and pizza. And that was the thing that all male, mostly freshman dorm really liked. And then the Residence Hall Association, they think more like, we do things more like bigger scale, more like campus related things. We'd advocate for improved like lighting on the streets. So for spots on campus that may be a little too dark, like kind of by the loading docks of buildings, it tends to have less lighting than like the front of the building.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we would advocate for over like the hall club.
Oh, I didn't know you guys did that. That's like making like not just the residence halls, but the whole of like the residential part of campus. Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, along with RHA, is we run a meeting every other Thursdays called PRT, and that's Presidential Roundtable. So the RHA exec board gets together with the presidents of all the different hall clubs like Anna, and it's kind of more of like a smaller focus group where like these select people get the chance to represent their hall and talk with different directors, whether that's like the director of housing, the directors of dining, or different like executive and residences that we have. And then it's kind of up to those hall club presidents to deliver that information back to their hall clubs to, spread the knowledge and maybe like represent any questions or any specific issues their halls may have in a room where other people can learn about, like how their hall is different and unique.
That actually sounds like a really good idea that you guys have. Working with not only all the different halls, but also people who help run the college, the university.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that run the university, here at Cary Quad, I know my good friend behind the camera, Michael Beach, is a part of the Faculty Fellow program. Do you guys do work with the Faculty Fellow program?
The Faculty Fellow program is more so on like the RA side of things. So this is more just coincidentally, I also am an RA in Windsor. So I don't have a Faculty Fellow, but other RAs do. And they can do events with their Faculty Fellows, whether they want their Faculty Fellows to, come and prep people for like career fairs by working on their resumes. Or maybe if it was, Michael Beach back there, you can tell them all about BoilerTV and how to get, involved in things like your podcast and stuff like that. But the Residence Hall Association does not work directly with Faculty Fellows.
Okay. Let's see what questions I have. Yeah. So, with planning larger events, for residence halls? How do you guys go about doing such things like that? And like, do you have to work around what the residence hall clubs are doing, or do you guys?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so
Yeah, or do you guys?
well,
yes,
so
blow right through.
we have an events director, and so like Adam was saying earlier, we have 3 different committees. So one of them is the events committee, and that's where they can talk to senators who choose to be on that committee, and they can really like brainstorm a lot. But most of the time, like the big main idea is going to come from our events director, and then maybe at a meeting like PRT is going to be like, oh hey, like RHA is doing our Halloween Spooktacular event, which is October 26th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to have face painting, pumpkin decorating, a Just Dance party. Who doesn't love to dance? So our events director can kind of like tell the hall club presidents about that, and they can be like, oh yeah, I want to help out with that, and be like, please don't do an event on the same day. It's the same time as us, and come and support RHA's event instead. So does that kind of answer your question?
Yes, that does answer my
we
question.
can go like more into detail about it too, but
Yeah.
it definitely takes a lot of people to put an event together.
Yes.
And that's another thing where it's like, you know, if Windsor's doing an event and their projector's broken, they can go borrow a projector from a different hall club. So I think it's really important to build those connections across the residence halls, so it's not super isolating to be like, oh, well, like, I don't know what's going on over there. So RHA definitely welcomes people to, you know, work cross-functionally, whether that's borrowing their stuff or collaborating on events, right? If you want to talk about that, Anna, some larger events that Windsor's done, like the
Snowball?
book fair, or the snowball. That's a good example too.
The book fair, I'll leave all the credit to First Street Towers on that one. But I can do a mini plug for that one, should I? Or should I just talk about
Go
this?
for it.
Okay, so the book fair last year was set up by First Street Towers, and they came to all of the hall clubs and was like, hey, do you remember book fairs as a kid? They were super cool and fun, and you got to go pick out a bunch of books. So they arranged this huge event and had collaboration from like all across different halls, and different halls contributed funds or ran a table. And so it really brought like, they as an individual club were able to collaborate with the other ones and bring groups together, which was super cool. And then Windsor also does collaboration with Meredith for a snowball. And so we'll plan with Meredith and plan with Windsor. And so both our ideas come together to form an event for both halls.
So with the idea of like the book fair and the snowball, those being collaborations, is anyone from the other hall clubs like welcome at those collaborated events like the snowball?
I'm just to make sure I understood the question you were asking if people like if 2 halls collaborate, if everyone from the hall is welcome to come to the event.
Let's say someone from Wiley wants to go to the snowball.
Okay, so if it's just the 2 halls collaborating, the event was planned with the budget from those individual halls.
Okay.
So it's mainly just for those residents. But if like for our event, we had it open to dates. So if someone from Wiley was a date of someone from Meredith or Windsor, then they could have come.
Okay, that makes sense. So on the topic of collaborations, do you guys do collaborations with other groups around campus that aren't just the residential halls?
For sure. I think a cool thing, if Adam, you want to talk about the co-sponsorships that we do in Senate?
Sure. So
One of my favorite things.
So every year RHA leaves about a rough allocation of about $10,000 to work with like external organizations or clubs that have interest in working with RHA, receiving some sort of support from RHA and having us involved in the actual like completion of the event.
Yeah.
So we provide some clubs up to $2,000, and they can seek our advice or feedback about how their event's going to be run. And in return, we will advertise it to some of the residents on campus, and we will have our logo on in the little corner on their poster for the event.
Okay.
We usually are open to any sort of clubs. We have many clubs that come. We have some like departments, organizations, the cultural centers. They also will sometimes seek funding. And the way we go about like determining is each residence hall has 2 what we call RHA senators. So that's a dedicated role on each of the hall club boards. And then those 2 senators will come and vote on specific things. So co-sponsorships would be one of those.
Okay. Do you guys do a lot of things with P-Sub on campus? Because they're one of the other huge organizations on campus.
Yeah, P-Sub does do a lot of really cool events, but they kind of operate, I feel like, more within the union and kind of within their own organization. And I think if we needed to work with P-Sub on something, we could, but that's not necessarily like a great need of the Residence Hall Association to collaborate with them. But
Okay.
they're a great organization too. So
Yes.
We
It's-
typically get involved in them with like the homecoming parade. So we'll decorate a
Okay.
golf cart.
yeah,
all right.
we
all
do
right.
that. Unfortunately, the parade was canceled this year, but
Oh, was it?
yeah,
Rain.
it was pretty bad weather.
Oh,
Sad.
gosh darn rain. Gosh darn rain, I say, knowing as the atmospheric
Yeah.
science major. So we talked a lot about kind of the over like the big picture of RHA, but I want to direct this next question at Anna number 2 at the back of the table.
Sounds
so
good.
running just the hall club for one specific hall, how what makes that different than being part of the bigger RHA association?
I think one thing that really differentiates it is like when you're working with the like big RHA, the people you see at events tend to be people from all around campus. Where when you're like within your or like all around campus residential halls, because as you mentioned, that's like 16,000 people. But when you're within your own residence hall, you get to plan events for the people around you. And I think you really get to form a lot more like tight-knit bonds because you're seeing these people as you're brushing your teeth. You're seeing them as you walk down the halls. And so it's like, I feel like it's a really fun sense of satisfaction when you see like your neighbors getting to have a lot of fun because of what you put together. And so it's super fun in that way, just because it's a little bit more tight-knit.
Which is a great reason for freshmen to join their hall
Yes,
clubs.
I was just about to start getting into that. So
Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys, what made you guys want to join the Residential Hall Association? What was your reason?
I don't know if I necessarily had a choice, but well, because here's the backstory is I knew of RHA while I was still in high school because my sister was very involved in the Meredith Hall Club, and she was the Meredith Hall Club president, and then she was the RHA president for 2 years. And then when I came to campus as a freshman, I was like borderline her personal assistant, and I would go to like every single RHA event helping her out, and that's how I got involved. So, which is probably not the way most people do, but I'm still grateful for it. So,
What about you, Adam?
My very first like interaction with RHA was my freshman year. I believe maybe a month into the semester, I got a message in my RA group chat, or the group chat from my RA, and he was like, "Hey, there's a call-out meeting for the Royal Highlanders Hall Club," and I was kind of like, "Okay, I'm gonna look into this." I went there, I put my name down, and I was like, "I want to be a president." So I tried that. 2 weeks later, I get an email that says, "Congratulations."
Congratulations, you are now the president. And you're like, I've been here for 2 months.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just kind of thrown into it, and at first I didn't know what I was doing, and then once I started getting involved in the RHA part, I got to meet a lot of other people from other hall clubs, and then you just get to collaborate with a lot of people. And after my time as the president, I was thinking about it, and my interest kind of shifted towards doing like bigger scale advocacy related and like bigger scale events through RHA instead of doing it specifically for my hall club. Although I did really enjoy putting on events for my hall club.
What hall were you in?
Freshman year, I was in McCutcheon,
McCutcheon, and that's called the...
Royal Highlanders Club.
Where did that come from?
So there's a very big backstory. I don't know the entire thing off the top of my head, unfortunately. Maybe freshman year I did. But yeah.
It just...
they have
I believe it's
some
on the
pretty
UR website.
Okay.
unique names. Like
Yes.
the Windsor Hall Club is technically called WHR Hall or something. It's like Women's Residence Hall necessarily. Like the
Interesting.
W is not even for Windsor, I don't think, right?
Maybe at one point. I know in Boiler Link we were Windsor now.
Okay.
But there's a lot of Windsor lore.
Yeah,
you know,
there really is.
I think I was at Meredith South, so it was a relative.
Okay,
There's not a
yeah.
not a lot of lore for Meredith South, considering it opened in what 20.
I think it was like 2020.
Yeah.
So it was. I think it was just the South Side Club.
Yeah.
So,
It's still called that.
Yeah.
it is. Is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. First Street's like the Titans Club.
Yeah.
What is Earhart? It's like Ithaca.
Itasca.
What?
I don't know where that one comes from, but Hillebrand's the Phoenix Club. I think it's kind of up to like how they originated. They gotta be creative with it,
Which is kind of funny. I would think that Hillenbrand, since that's like the head area, the hub for the data mine, would be something that has to do with computers or something.
I do want to hop in on the question you asked earlier with like how did you get involved? Because my freshman year, I didn't get involved till like pretty late into the year because I was involved in student council in high school and really liked it.
Okay.
But I thought I missed everything for Hall Club because I just figured Hall Club was like closed off after that initial like 1 month recruiting, which I had missed. And then I just saw like a flyer that was or I think somehow I heard that they were still looking for people. So I just showed up probably like more than halfway through the year and joined the Hall Club and kind of got started planning, maybe not more than halfway through the year, but more than halfway through the semester, pretty late, and got involved in planning events and everything. So I think sometimes people feel like they can't join, but oftentimes, especially freshman dorms, have a lot of openings still on their board. And you can even participate if you're not a board member, and a lot of them too. So, yeah.
So what I'm hearing is it doesn't matter if you start late in the year, are 2 months onto campus, or somehow have been involved since high school. Anyone can join a hall club or the hall club government. Well, I guess everyone who lives in the
can
dorm.
really join at any time. I mean,
Every resident is technically part of the club automatically.
Yes.
because you all pay fees. The hall clubs are funded, and RHA is funded through the university residences like housing fee.
Okay.
So we get money from every single person who lives on campus. So yeah, there's a lot of more people on campus this year, but that also means RHA is more funded. So but yeah, Anna has a great point of saying though, like you can join your hall club pretty much at any point, at any time. I would hope they would all be welcoming. I know Windsor for sure would be.
Yes.
But yeah, and you can just ask your RA about it because they should know all the information. And if they don't, they can easily find it out for you. So,
So once again, what I'm hearing is you should go to your hall club events, get involved, right?
yes.
Yes. Yeah. Because I guess, you're already paying for it.
Yeah,
Might as well.
exactly. You're already paying for it. And you can truly probably, and like I said, like you're funded by the people who are living in those dorms. So you do have money to do really cool things if you want to do. So if you're like, oh man, like I wish we could paint pots and put succulents in them, then you can go to your hall club and ask them to do that. And they might say yes.
Yes. So to get people involved, why don't you tell us about some upcoming events that the RHA has set up for you guys?
Yeah. Well, today we had our hygiene handout. So that one just passed, but we might do it again where we gave out free hygiene supplies on campus. So make sure to follow our Instagram. And then we also have our RHA Spooktacular event, which is going to be Saturday, October 26th from 6 to 9 p.m. on Meredith Lawn. Anything you want to add, Adam? I feel like you're better with the details than I am. So,
No, it'll just be there.
he said no. What's the Instagram handle? Is it RHA?
At RHA Purdue.
At RHA Purdue.
Make sure to follow us. We're getting close to 1,000.
Ooh.
So what's gonna happen at the Spooktacular?
Yeah, what's happening at the Spooktacular? What do you guys? What's the event? What are you doing?
Well, it's Halloween themed, so we're gonna have
Wow, I never
lots
would've
of
guessed.
yeah, I know, hard to tell. But we're gonna have lots of Halloween candy. We're gonna have pumpkin painting. We're gonna have Just Dance. There's gonna be a face painter if you guys want to look super spooky. Oh gosh, I feel like there was other things.
What is Just Dance?
Just Dance.
You don't know what
It's like
Just
the
Dance is?
best
is?
Wii game ever.
It's the best. It is the best Wii.
Is it
game
on the
ever.
Wii, right?
Yeah.
It was
Well,
on the Wii.
it's on the Wii. It's also on like Xbox
I
or
always
whatever.
played
But
it
like,
on the
if
Wii,
you don't
but-
play it on the Wii, it's not
Yeah.
the same.
I always played it on the Xbox because it has like the sensor, and then you don't need to hold a controller, and that's just a little easier.
That's cheating.
That is.
I feel like that stops
It's
the
just
like
more
low
accurate.
energy people though, because
Yeah.
like you know those people who used to use one
They, like,
arm.
Yeah.
Just Dance is it you dance though.
Is there
to hit
a- is-
songs.
so is
And
it like
it's
a
you
competition?
Probably.
Yeah.
Everything's always a competition secretly, even if it's not. No,
Yeah.
just kidding.
That is so true. Tarkington surely will, apparently, according to Rush Tark.
Yeah.
They get pretty dedicated. I know one year they all got like shark onesies, and then they rated the correct.
Why?
They felt like it.
All right.
Yeah. That's another like tradition they have too, though, is they're the Tark Sharks, and they so
Okay.
like if you've ever been to, they do this every year. They go to one of the football games in all of their shark onesies, and they always get either like Mitch Daniels or Monk to go like sit in the student section with them for at least a little bit, and that's like a hall club event technically. Is all of the shark onesies at the football game? If you've ever seen that before.
Why is Tarkington the coolest?
I disagree.
I don't know about coolest. Yeah, actually, Windsor
Windsor's
did
pretty
win
cool.
Hall of
Windsor-
the Year last year, thanks to the double Annas here.
I mean, we're a
but-
pretty good hall. Just saying,
yeah, we
you
do
know.
lots of really cool things
I didn't.
too.
I meant no
but
disrespect.
no, it's okay.
No, I can respect Tark, just knowing that they're like not quite as cool as us.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but
Yes.
I guess we don't. I don't know. Windsor doesn't really have a mascot.
We have the
But-
ideal woman.
Yeah. No,
ideal
Windsor has a
woman?
crest, yes. Because Windsor's actually made up of 5 different buildings.
Oh yeah.
All together, if you've seen that. So like Wood and Vodder are over like the dining hall, and then like Doomy is where Care is. So Windsor's pretty cool because
Windsor does have the best dining court.
I agree.
Yes.
It's the most like homey feeling to me. in my
yeah.
opinion.
They always have the best food. Considering all the dining
Yes.
courts are the same food.
Yeah, but our crest has different symbols on it to represent each of the 5 halls, and one of them is the ideal woman.
Interesting. What is the ideal woman?
I think it's okay. Don't cite me on this, but I'm pretty sure from memory, it's like the social woman. So like woman
Yeah.
who has friends, and then the academic woman.
Mhm.
And so like studying and stuff, and then is it the career woman or the?
I don't remember. I thought it was like the 2 women. There's like the very academically focused one, and then on the other hand, it's like the very social one. And then maybe it's the career one, and that makes the ideal woman, or it's like the 2 of them together make the ideal woman.
I think it's 3 parts.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
It's 3 parts then. But there's also like an owl on the crest, and that represents the wisdom of like the people in Doomy, and like I don't remember what the torch represents.
I don't know.
but It's like
Hogwarts houses.
there's a lot of history behind Windsor.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun.
That's one of the
A fun-
oldest ones on campus, isn't it?
Yeah. It was over. Oh,
Sorry.
I think it's
Go.
from 1920s, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
So, yes. So I
thought
think Carrie
1950s.
Quad is the oldest residence hall on campus currently. Yes, that's where we're at right now.
That's where we are.
And when they built Carrie Quad, they were like, okay, like that's great. You made this massive dorm for all these men. Where are you going to put the women? So that's why they built Windsor. So if you've ever noticed, like the architecture that Carrie Quad has is very similar to Windsor, because I believe it was the same architect. So they kind of mirror each other, which is fun. And they used to do like competitions back in the day. Like they would have like a Carrie Queen from Windsor. Yeah, and like Windsor would like hang sheet signs out the window, and they'd have like a Windsor Prince, and they'd be like from Carrie. I'm pretty sure it was something like that. They used to really get into it.
Interesting.
Also, Windsor sometimes has like visitors from people who used to live in Windsor, and it was like at the Notre Dame game. There was like 2 ladies standing outside of Windsor, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we used to live here." And they were like, "Do you remember the Cuban Missile Crisis?" And I was like,
what?
No.
I was like, no, but I've heard of it. And they were like, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, we were hiding in the tunnels, and I didn't do my homework because I figured it didn't matter. So, the building has a lot of history and a lot of stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
Whoa.
my homework during the Cuban Missile Crisis either.
That's a first.
It is fun too, because like in Windsor, all 5 buildings all connect through tunnels.
Tunnels.
So I think that's a really cool thing about Purdue is like the tunnel system
Yeah.
that not everyone always like knows about or knows how to use. But
The only tunnels I know about is from Stewart to PMU to the parking garage because I got
Yeah.
lost in them. I don't know how I got
Yeah.
lost in those.
No, I don't know. Well, because they connect to Rawls and Craner and Hawkins
Oh,
and
yeah.
Young Hall too.
Yeah, that's
So
I was
it's
a junior in high school when I got lost in those tunnels with my
Yeah.
parents. It's like we were trying to get to the PMU. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's just go forward.
Well, it's also confusing though because sometimes the tunnels connect to the basements, and then you're like, wait, like what building am I actually in right now? And then
Yeah.
you gotta like walk through the other side of the basement to like keep going in the tunnels. But
Yes, we
it's pretty
eventually
cool. Yeah.
found the Stewart Center or the PMU or wherever.
Yeah.
We were going.
It's not very intuitive, but I lived in Hawkins last year, so just being able to go to the PMU without like even going outside, like if I had a 7:30, I didn't have to go outside to go to Starbucks. Like
Yeah,
it's the biggest
Amazing.
flex I think.
yeah. That's all the people who live in what is it?
Winifred.
Winifred. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have it a little better, but
Yeah, they just redid that, didn't they?
The Starbucks,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really go to that part of campus anymore because I don't live in residential halls. I'm just sorry.
That's okay. It's okay.
we have to.
Yeah. So where
choose to.
where do they- where do-
Adam, what's
choose
that
to.
energy?
Gosh.
where do they keep all of you?
Well, I'm in Windsor, so
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about my Windsor slander. It's not my it's not
that's okay.
slander, I guess.
yeah.
I'm an Earhart.
And are you in Windsor?
Yes, yeah.
Kind of a requirement
Oh,
for her.
yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That would have been
Adam
embarrassing.
and I just have to live within university residences somewhere,
Okay.
but definitely got to live in your own hall to be the hall club president. So.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, how do we feel about playing a fun little game? How do we feel
Sure.
about that?
I'd be
Let's
down.
do it.
You be
Go for
down?
it.
I was so worried. What if we all said no? You were like, no, I want to leave. All right. So, I got this from the West Lafayette Library, but I brought the lovely Apples to Apples. Does everyone know how to play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go. All right. So I guess we could play to whoever gets 3 or 4 green cards.
Seems
I think it's
legit.
3, yeah.
Yeah. How are we doing on time?
We're good.
Okay. Okay. And then whoever wins gets these peanut butter M&Ms that I got from the PMU. So
So,
Let's
like, my
go.
favorite. So.
let's go. I thought about getting peanut M&Ms and I was like, maybe not. All right. Oh gosh, these are in bags.
I was like, do you need help?
Oh yes, that would be
Yeah.
nice. Thank you.
Probably only need
There's
one.
756 red cards in here, just so y'all know. That's what this bag says. Okay, here, can you pass this down to like put right in between you and Anna number 2?
If I knock down my microphone and like hurt all your guys' ears, I deeply
Yeah, don't do
apologize.
that.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
But
how many
hard
cards
to
do we all
navigate
get?
sometimes.
7?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll just get used to hugging my microphone.
If we need more cards, I will grab more cards.
Okay, it's been a hot minute since I've played. I mostly remember, but it's been a little bit.
Okay.
It's like Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Cards Against Humanity with your parents, basically.
I'm
Alright.
totally fine then.
Okay.
Cards Pro Humanity.
All right.
Okay.
Anna.
Thank you.
I keep
Figures.
also forgetting how old this game is. Because sometimes like I look through these cards, I'm like, who the hell are these?
Yeah, I'm like, do people know who that is?
Yes. All right. So I could do the first green card if you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. All right. Give me something refreshing, brisk, invigorating, rejuvenating. I don't think I spelled invigorating. That's how you pronounce that, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
We'll go with it.
I'm
All right. this is
Okay,
my
wait.
submission.
Refreshing?
refreshing. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the water from my water bottle.
You draw a new one each time. Yes. too.
What dining or what dorm has the best water? In everyone's opinions.
Ooh.
There you go.
I always like the Korek water. I know that's not a dorm, but like
A lot of the dorms now, they have like the water bottle
Yeah.
filters. Not all of them
Yeah.
have that. Like Tark, Owen, Wiley. I don't think
Oh,
they have
man.
it. Hawkins doesn't have it.
How do you fill up
Windsor
water? then?
only has them like somewhere.
In the basement.
yeah.
And in Wood,
Well,
I
like
think.
in Wood has it. Yeah.
Okay.
But.
All right. Here, I'm gonna put this. This is my questions. All right. Refreshing. Beets. Beets Brussels sprouts.
Yummy.
Yummy. I don't think I've ever had a beet.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know if I have
beet
either.
juice. I have.
Well, you've had, if
They
sugar
don't taste
beets,
very
you
good,
probably
to
had
be
parts of
honest.
sugar. You've never had sugar from a sugar beet? I'm almost certain you have.
I don't know. Let's see. Bankruptcy and a black lipstick.
Tough choices.
I think I'm gonna go with bankruptcy. Maybe something refreshing about having it. Restart.
start.
A fresh
Yeah.
start.
That's what I was thinking.
That's fair.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. All right, Anna, number 1. You can go
Okay.
next. And then you put your discard card
Yeah.
forever.
Okay. Disturbing.
Disturbing.
So unsettling, troubling, worrisome.
Yeah, I got this. This is disturbing.
Right.
Wait, we're supposed to have 7 cards?
Yeah. So
okay.
you got to draw a new one each time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait,
Yeah. Oh,
let me double check. Sorry.
never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Yeah. I'll just go with it. Sorry,
yeah.
guys.
Okay.
Just go with what your gut
Shuffle it
feeling.
a little bit. make
Okay,
it
sounds
anonymous.
good.
Okay. Disturbing. We have Albert Einstein. Golf ball sized hail. And Tom Cruise. Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with Albert Einstein, but I don't want to be too controversial, but I think I'm going to go with Tom Cruise because he's a Scientologist and I think that's so weird. But
It's pretty weird.
Okay, that's
So-
what I was thinking
oh, okay.
too.
Oh my god.
Were you thinking like the Scientology thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Okay. So sorry to anyone who's in Scientology, but anyways.
I didn't know for a really long time. I didn't know what Scientology was. I thought it was like an actual study of something.
You would think.
Yeah.
I feel like
I was
that-
like, is it the study of science?
yeah.
I used to think it was like science, but like people who were like really science orientated who liked religion too.
Science.
And so
It's like a church of like bettering yourself, but you have to like
do
pay.
videos.
You're like, I don't even know. I don't want to
It's
say
like
too
it's
much 'cause I
pay
don't
it's
even
pay to
know.
win religion.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Adam, your
Adam,
turn.
you are
Okay.
green.
Right.
Yes.
Exciting. Thrilling, breathtaking, arousing.
I totally got this one.
Uh,
Maybe not.
Shoot. I'm gonna go with this one. Is this the pile? Is this the
Yeah.
pile?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
thank you.
Fine.
I'm like trying to make sure I talk into the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of red piles.
Yeah.
It's like 3.
Okay. Exciting. The Avengers.
That's pretty.
Catwoman. Unemployment. I'll go with unemployment.
Okay.
What?
Whoa!
We are
You
getting
swept us.
we are getting absolutely destroyed by Anna.
Were we going to 3 or should I think we should have someone else get
Kisker?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get a green card now.
Okay.
So Anna
Yeah,
can't win
we
this
can,
round.
Yeah, we can have at least you get a draw.
It'll be
green
one of
card,
us.
So.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, fabulous.
Fabulous.
So fabulous is marvelous, wonderful, or incredible. While I'm waiting, I'll tell you guys about my favorite apples to apples card. It says beans.
Beans.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Every time I play it, I win.
Do you know if there's a card that says apples? Like,
Be really cool.
That would be pretty
just
cool.
made me think of it.
I'm
feel like I
trying.
kinda have to.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with this one.
Okay, sounds good.
It's not gonna win, but
Okay.
I'm going with it anyway.
I'm gonna
No.
be decisive today,
I think
guys.
mine's like a little more.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I don't know about mine.
Okay, I'll just go with it. Fabulous. So we have musicals. I feel like musicals make me think of jazz hands, and jazz hands are pretty fabulous.
We both did jazz hands.
I love that. Fabulous. The Renaissance. Pretty cool stuff. Oh, should I be reading the descriptions?
If you want.
Okay. I think most people know what the Renaissance is.
I would hope.
And New York City. I don't know. I feel like since I'm being decisive today, musicals and jazz hands are giving the most fabulous to me.
That is fair.
But I do believe in the hype of New York City and Renaissance as well.
All right.
So
So
it's fabulous.
Who is
Or which
musicals?
one?
Who had musicals?
I was like,
who's fabulous me?
anyone can claim the win.
Adam is definitely fabulous. Oh, it's my
Thank
But
you.
yeah.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got popular, well liked, accepted, preferred.
There you go.
Thank you.
So popular is well liked.
Well liked, accepted, preferred.
Thank
you.
I just saw your crying.
What?
I'm just laughing at what I saw you.
Oh no.
I think we know who's winning.
You never know.
All right. We got popular. We got Will Smith.
Real. Oh wait, was he the one who slapped?
Yes.
We got car alarms. And we got babies. I mean, there's a lot of them. They are pretty popular.
Yeah.
I don't car alarms. I don't know if they scare away thieves, but they definitely attract breaks.
Oh god.
What does that even mean? I'm gonna go with Will Smith.
Let's go.
I got scared. I was like, oh no, this game is gonna be over so fast.
Yeah.
I have more games that we could play though, if you'd like.
Okay. Playful.
Playful,
Fun, frisky, entertaining.
frisky.
I feel like I haven't heard that word in a hot minute.
What, frisky or playful?
Frisky.
Frisky. One of my favorite songs is actually called Frisky.
Who's it by?
By Dominic Fike.
Okay.
Shout out.
I'm gonna
Dominic
go with
Fike.
this one. That's like an actual answer.
Yeah. Okay. Morticians.
I really hope my mortician is not playful nor frisky.
Oh god. I would hope not to. Chimpanzees and Spartacus. I was like gonna say Spartans, but okay. For those of you who don't know what Spartacus is, died 71 BC gladiator who escaped bondage and led a slave uprising against the Roman Republic. Go Spartacus.
Real playful.
Yeah, but I really think I have to go with chimpanzees.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
excited.
We
I
all
won.
finally won one. So
Yes.
I'll be honest, I thought the card said Spartans.
that's why it took me a second to read, because I was like, I don't think there's a U in Spartans. And I was
I was like, that's not the
Spartacus?
card I put.
Yeah.
That'd be an
but it
RHA
was.
reference.
Spartacus.
No, Spartans.
Spartans.
Yeah.
There's an old like marching band show called Spartacus about
Spartacus?
Spartacus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's where Spartans. No.
No.
Spartans are
I
from
don't know.
Greek. I don't
Okay.
know, actually.
Interesting.
Just ignore me. I'm not a history major.
Inspirational. Exhilarating. Inspiring. Stimulating.
Sorry. I was just so ready.
Beat me to putting it back down.
Inspirational.
I'm gonna go with this because I think it's funny. I don't know.
Let's see. All right. Inspirational. Junk mail.
Real.
Oh yeah.
Boy Scouts. Muscle Beach.
What's Muscle Beach?
California beach where bodybuilders pump iron besides the ocean.
Legit.
There's something pretty exciting about junk mail.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
I get other people's junk mail. I don't know why.
Really?
I
I
get
do
like
too.
yeah, like I have like a bill, like not a bill. It's like something reminding someone to pay a bill or something.
Yeah.
Is not even
It just
addressed to
happens
me.
like everyone in apartments is you get everyone's mail but your own.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I have no idea
And
who
then
this is.
emails, it's like scams or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, this card is misunderstood. And so it's not grasped, not learned, and not absorbed.
Also, I think I might have to go after this because I am an RA and we have to be on duty
Oh,
at a
man.
certain time. So
That's okay.
Okay.
yeah.
The first card is armpits. Something stinks in here. You know, it's not their fault they smell, you know?
They should have got free deodorant from RHA's hygiene handout today.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was very popular. Did we run out of everything?
Almost.
It's pretty good.
Good stuff. Okay, the Pentagon.
There's a lot in there we don't understand, you know?
Yeah,
Makes sense.
NDAs. Kurt Cobain. Speak of beans, right? Because he had the bean song. Okay. To make sure my joke was
You
understood.
get it, right? Lead singer of Nirvana.
Okay. I told myself I'd be decisive today. I feel like the Pentagon's just not understood. I don't think it's misunderstood.
Oh.
That is true.
And then I really don't think there's
There is a clear answer here, Anna. I'm just gonna say.
And it's not Kurt Cobain.
Whoa! I think she's biased.
I am.
do you not like Kurt Cobain?
No, I just want my card to win.
No, like I don't know. The thing is, I'm
Be
like
decisive, like you said. I'm just kidding. You're fine. You're fine.
okay, wait, brainstorm really quickly. So Kurt Cobain, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, you know, like he was misunderstood probably, right? I don't know too much Kurt Cobain lore.
Yeah, Kurt Cobain's lore.
Yeah, this is fair, but I feel like if you sing about like your troubles, then people like hear them, you know. Anyways, sorry, but I don't think there should be justice for armpits. Like armpits, boo armpits. I'll go with Kurt Cobain.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Paige.
It's okay.
Your armpits was funny, but like I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
think armpits need to be understood.
Yeah. So since you both have 3 cards and I only have 1 prize, I don't know what to do.
Oh,
with
Oh,
That's
Anna
okay.
can have it.
Oh, okay.
Anna can have it.
And
Anna can have it. Gosh.
We can share. We can
Okay.
rock, paper, scissors.
All right.
Sounds intense.
So it was lovely having you all on tonight. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I lived in residence hall for a whole year and I
Yeah.
knew nothing about the Residence Hall Association.
now you do.
Marketing's got to do better then.
See, no, I just stayed in my room a lot.
Yeah. It was tough with COVID too. We're
Yes.
coming out of it. So
All right. So thank you so much for joining us on this podcast today. Make sure you check out your Residence Hall Club or the bigger Residence Hall Association. Also, make sure to check out our classic horror movies we have on BoilerTV, available to anyone on a PAL 3.0 network, which includes residential halls. All right. Once again, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye.